welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen, and how are you doing today? Did you ever have one of those days where you blew your hair dry and it looked good before you curled it? So you're like sitting there for 5 seconds going, ooh, if I spray it, will it stay? You probably don't have that problem. There's a lot of people that don't have bangs anymore. It's a thing. Or else they have just a couple bangs, Yeah, I gotta curl my bangs. I don't know. I got a new blow dryer this year because between the goats and the honey last year and, cats and whatever else they've been using my blow dryer for. Actually, there was something else in here and I can't remember what it was. But it pretty much fried my blow dryer. So I was like, I'm going to buy myself a new one. And so I bought one that off of, online, that supposedly was worth $180 and they were selling it for $40. And I thought, I'll give it a try, okay? Because I know they're not cheap, And I got it and it was loud as heck. Like, so loud, so annoying. I'm like, nope, you're going back to the store. So I bought one similar that was like $10 cheaper and it seems to work fine. The kicker is it has so much blow power that if I do it right, like I didn't do it right today, but if I do it right, it'll actually like feather my hair back and it looks really cool because I don't even have to curl my bangs, but I haven't actually tried just spraying it and letting it go. You know what I mean? Because the volume is probably going to flop. Yeah. I know, this is not a topic for Christmas soaps, is it? What did you think? I was going to talk about Christmas? I've done that before. Like, how many Christmas sets have I done? And I'm always talking about Christmas, So for that today, I'm talking about my blow dryer. That's nothing. Yeah. Whew. Well, I could tell you about my honey, my bee problem. But I'll probably just save that for another day. Okay, so today we are doing soap number 5. I think I got off track last time. I couldn't remember what soap it was. Soap number 5 of the Christmas soaps. There's one left. And so be kind, be forgiving, be you. And let's go check out soap number 5, Sugar Plum Dreams. Okay, into our soap. Soap number 5. Soap number 5. So this one is Sugar Plum Dreams. Maybe I should have just left it Sugar Plum, or Dancing with Sugar Plum. I think that was the original one. I was thinking Dancing with Sugar Plums, but it's it doesn't matter. It's just a name for a soap, right? Okay. So for my colors on this one, is there anything interesting about this batter? It is cocoa butter instead of shea, which is funny because when you substitute like cocoa butter and shea or mango, there's really no difference in the saponification numbers when you do it on the calculator. It's like literally like 0.1 or something ounces difference, and so if you do all the things and add all the things, it doesn't matter, but that's irrelevant. This fragrance oil is from Nature's Garden, sorry. It is Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, which I could have named it that, but I just didn't want to because I've seen a lot of people naming their soaps that, and whether they use that fragrance oil or one from somebody else, it doesn't matter. I just like my own names for my own soaps. So that makes some perfect sense, right? So that first color was Savage Garden, and this color is dark navy blue, and I have to start, comes along later, but I really need to start changing the oils that I use for my micas, because if I leave them, if I pour the oil off my batch there, and, you know, add the micas and mix it up, if I leave it set too long, it just hardens because of the recipe. And, you know, it's, you know, close to winter now, but my house is usually cool, you know, like 70, 71, 2 in there. Depends on what my boys are feeling. And, you know, it really, because of the hard oils in the soap batter, it really like solidifies that. And I have been having heck actually getting them to mix up, to blend in well, you know, to get those colors all mixed together. So that's not fun at all, you know, trying to mix them up into a soap batter that's already emulsified, and you got this chunky monkey for a color. And why these colors? I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool. You know, different. Well, obviously purple because it's plum, you know, plum, and then dreams. Dreams are darker. Usually, do you dream in color? I do dream in color sometimes. Sometimes not. But I like darker colors in there, and, you know, and I figured that green, it always wants to go wonky on me, so I figured, I think this discolors to, I want to say it does discolor to maybe yellow or something weird, but maybe it doesn't. I can't remember, but I just decided that I was going to use Savage Garden because it usually turns into a weird blue. And so it was like, it didn't matter at this point. It's lighter than my navy blue. So if it turned into a blue, it was fine. If it stayed green, it was great. I really had nothing to lose by using it. So as you can see, we are just doing what I call a skinny drop swirl. I don't fill the mold with 3/4 or 2/3 or half of the initial batter and then drop swirl my other colors. I basically start drop swirling from the bottom up. That's why I call it a skinny drop swirl. I don't know if there's a technical term for that or not. That's just what I call it, which is probably where all these wonky soap terms come from, like applesauce stage, mashed potato stage, Vaseline stage, you know, trace. I think trace is another word in there, but yeah, there's really not much to it. My top, it's not the greatest top on the planet. Yeah, I was like, what am I gonna do here? There is some eco glitter coming. Here we go. Putting some eco glitter on there. Plenty of eco glitter from looking at it right now. And then just trying not to cover up the eco glitter, but doing a stellar job of covering it up. I was just trying to give it something. Sometimes I don't know what to do with the tops. You know, sometimes you look at it and it's like, ooh, this is great. You know, and the next time it's like, what am I doing with these tops, right? So, oops, there's a little bit of bright purple. Otherwise, it looks like a nice, great solid bar. I have not, I don't freeze my mold anymore, because every time I did, I just seemed to have either a lot of soda ash or problems cutting it. So sorry about the furnace kicking on, but I actually do not freeze my mold anymore. I actually let my soap set in there for a good day and a half. I'd say not 24. Usually it's 36 hours, depending on my recipe and how it did. This did get C-popped as usual. The only time I don't C-pop something is if there's something in the oven, you know, something important. Like this, like Thursday, if I decide to soap, there shouldn't be anything in the oven because we're doing hors d'oeuvres. We're doing appetizers and dips, and then my husband, of course, he's a meat person, has to make a ham. So we're having ham and appetizers and hors d'oeuvres, and we learned last Christmas that this works so much better than anything else because nobody is stuck cooking in the kitchen. you know, having to do a bunch of dishes or nothing. We just get to eat all day long. So we'll probably play games and eat. It's my kind of Thanksgiving. But look at these swirls. Aren't they cool? They're just beautiful. The green is kind of a teal color from, you know, this point of view. My purple, could have used a little more purple, I think, in there. But, I mean, it was the same ratio, so it's just how it comes out through the soap. But really good. Really cute. I liked it. Executed A+. And here are the fragrance notes to these Sugar Plum Dream bars. Here are the bars when I first cut them. And here are my soap bars when they are totally cured. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. And I will see you next time. And God bless.